Hello and welcome to Yoga Relaxation with Andrina. I am Andrina. Today we're going to focus on some lower back movement to help loosen up our lower back and also always with our hips as an ending. So we're going to first start off in our normal seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulder blades are back and down. I noticed in my shoulders last week I was a little curled over, so making sure I'm more intentional with my posture. Sit up nice and tall, shoulder blades are back and down, heart and Anahata chakra is open, eyes are closed. And begin to focus on your breathing, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in and long breath out. Begin to feel how your body feels as you start to breathe in and breathe out. Feeling your heart rate come down. Your focus coming present with your mat this evening. And just come back to your natural breathing. Breathing in through your nose is normal and breathing out through your mouth. For today, I want to focus on again our hips and our lower back. I always recommend, if you have available to you, a pillow, or I always have my bolster available by me, my strap, and my yoga blocks. Not sure we'll use them all, but probably towards the end we'll use our blocks and our bolster or pillow for our famous butterfly pose towards the end. We're going to start off in what's called child's pose. And for child's pose, I always recommend for those of us who have tight hips or we have pain in our knees, you can always use a blanket as an option to lift yourself up off of your knees onto your shins. So I'm going to use my blanket this evening, or today, depends on what time of day it is for you. My toes are touching. My knees are apart, almost to the width of my yoga mat. If you do have tight hips, a block is always helpful. You can spread your toes a little bit, put the block between there. Sit your tailbone back. And your arms go straight onto the mat. Head down to the top of the mat. And for 5 breaths, you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more, breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. If you have a block underneath your tailbone, by all means remove it. Put mine to the side. And again, our focus today is on our lower back. So we're going to come back down to our child's pose. Come up for a second. Take your right leg across your body. Keep your right arm bent. Take your left arm over to the side of the mat and come back down for a total of 5 breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Last breath in, deep breath out. Come back up center. Reverse legs. Take your left leg over. Left arm remains straight. Taking your right arm across. Head comes back down. And breathe. 2 more. One more. Release. Come back down to child's pose. Just to reset. We're going to come up to our hands and knees. And my bolster's in the way. Move it out of the way. Come down to our hands and knees. We're going to come forward to what's called a Sphinx pose. You come down to your knees, your toes are uncurled, and lower your body all the way down. And for this pose, you're just going to uncurl the top of your toes. Your arms are forward slightly on the mat as you push into your lower back. Breathing. You should also feel it within your core as well. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. 3 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. It actually felt really good on my lower back. Take it a little bit deeper this time. We're going to do what's called upward facing dog. So you take the palm into the mat. Push yourself up. Wrist over shoulder on both sides. Your hands are firmly within the mat. The toes are still uncurled. Your knees can remain on the mat or on your blanket, whatever you have underneath you. For an active stretch, you can curl your toes under and push up. Chest is open. Focal point is up, sort of to the top of the ceiling, not the top of the ceiling, the top of a door is what I'm looking at right now. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, this is still lower back. If this is too intense, come back down to the prior pose. Shoulders, elbows down to the mat, pushing back. So you have this option, push up, or an active pose, toes are curled. For me, I'm coming back down to my forearms because it's a little more deeper for me tonight. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. Curl your toes. Lift yourself up to all fours. Neutral spine. Just sway yourself from side to side. Releasing your lower back. And come over to your tailbone. Remove my blanket out of the way. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Bring your right foot into your left thigh. Foot is flexed on the left side. You can always use your hands. This is one option. Your strap is another option. If you don't have a strap, anything long that can come across your foot, whether it's a belt or a long bath towel or a beach towel. If that's not an option, your yoga mat's another option for you as well. Foot is flexed. Grab out the corners of your yoga mat, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, and always as we breathe in, we exhale, we bend forward. So take a deep breath in and forward fold. I'm going to take a slight bend in my knee because my hamstrings are extremely tight. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. 4 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you're using a strap, please don't pull on the strap. Allow your breath to soften you into each time you come further into your bend. So breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. Release the strap. Switch feet. Switch the foot out. Right foot is forward. Left foot is bent into the right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Again, using your strap as a guide, not as a way to pull yourself further. Your breath should help you to soften with each breath in. Allow your body to sink lower into the asana. So take a deep breath in. Sit up nice and tall and forward fold. Again, if you have tight hamstrings like me or glute, slight bend in your knee. But you can also put your blanket underneath there to give you, because I hyperextend my knees, so a blanket will sometimes help me from bending too far back in my kneecap. So breathe in and breathe out. 3 more, breathe in and breathe out. 2 more. 1 more. Nice. Release the strap. Put the blanket and strap over to the side. And just at this point, we're going to focus again on what's called an active frog pose, which opens up our inner hips. Before we go there, we just want to windshield wiper our legs back and forth. It's always a little uncomfortable for me. So we're going to sway from left to right. So knees are bent. Swaying from left to right at your own pace. This is warming up our hips a little bit. 2 more times. One more from right to left. Right to left. Come back neutral. And normally in yoga, we do what's called a frog pose. Since I'm trying to focus on more of the weightlifter side of things, most of us are going to be a little tighter. So in this pose, we're going to do a half frog option instead. So I'm going to use my blanket, So normally with the frog pose, both legs are out. Your toes are pointing out to the opposite direction. Knee to ankle on both sides. For some of us, that's a little intense. You can come down, core is engaged, it's not caved under, we're not caving down. But for most of us that are weightlifters, we're going to take it to a different modification. We're going to come up to just the one leg first. And take the other leg out to the side. And make it more of an active. So we're still knee over ankle. The right leg is straight. We're getting our inner thighs. We're going to push our tailbone back and come down to our elbows. And you should feel a nice stretch inside of your right thigh. Breathing for a count of 5. Breathe in and breathe out. 4 more. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. Now that felt intense for me as a half frog, but again, I'm super tight this evening. Really tough leg workout last week on Friday, and I'm still recovering from that. So let's take the right leg over. Again, knee over ankle. The left leg comes out. And we're going to shoot our tailbone back and come down to our elbows. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Try not to tense your body too much. I know it's more than likely we're going to, but soften yourself with each breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more deep breath in, deep breath out, and that felt really good on this side. Bring both knees in and just sort of sit back for a second. Remove your blanket out of the way or leave it there. One pose I always love to do in any time we do a stretch is Supta Baddha Konasana, or what's called butterfly pose. For me, this is more of such a stress release, but also opens up our hips. So you're going to grab your pillow if you have a pillow, or if you don't need a pillow, by all means, that's an option as well. Grab your blocks. Again, my focus is always on us weightlifters because of the tightness in our bodies and lifting so heavy. And also for us cardio people as well. We move so much, we don't take the time to stretch our bodies out properly. So whether you have a blanket or a pillow behind you or no pillow at all, you want to take your feet together. Knees are out. I use blocks only because, again, my hips are super tight. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and come back onto your back. And this pose is called butterfly pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. And just take your time, relax your body. Again, this is a good pose just to remove the stress of the day from you. So for a total of 8 breaths, we're going to stay here. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Four more breaths here. 5 more breaths, sorry. Breathe in and breathe out. Three more. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. One last breath in and one breath out. Remove the blocks from underneath your knees. Set them over to the side or wherever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect. You want to hug your knees into your chest. Just rock from side to side. And the final hip opener we're going to do is happy baby. So again, I always tell people, imagine a baby freshly born or newborn baby where they have their feet up and you grab out through the heels. Look at the top of your feet and just rock from side to side. You can pull them in for a little deeper stretch into your hips. And just rock from left to right at your own pace. Bring your knees back into your chest. And come back up to a seated position. And always, we start our practice, we end our practice in the same position, which is sitting up nice and tall. Again, me being aware of my shoulder imbalance, taking my shoulder blades back and down, closing my eyes, and just breathing, observing how your body felt at the very beginning of our 20-minute flow compared to now. Just breathing. Begin to scan our body from our toes to our ankle, from our ankle up to our knee, from our knees up to our pelvis area, from our knees up through our chest, up to our throat, and to the top of our head. And as we do the scan this time, just breathe into each part of our body, softening each part of our body as we breathe in, and releasing any stress or tension out. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, being aware of my posture. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more deep breaths in and deep breath out. One last deep breath in, holding for a count of 1, 2, 3, release. And just feeling your natural rhythm of breath once again. And begin to open your eyes. I want to say thank you as always for joining me for a 20-minute relaxation yoga flow. Each week I try to think of something different to do, but always it's going to be focused on our neck, our shoulder, and our hips because that's where we carry most of our stress throughout our day. Any questions, any feedback, please by all means add the comments below in the comment section. I always try to review them as promptly as possible and provide a response back. If it's just a like or a heart, I will provide an update. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Andrina, and have a good day or a good evening. Bye.